Live from Cleveland 19 News, this is Friday Night Under the Lights. Sponsored by H.H. Gray.
Woo-hoo! Week 5 of the big program, folks. Week 5, Friday night, Under the Lights. Your first opportunity to see the high school highlights of the night around town from Northeast Ohio. Mark Schwab with you alongside Anthony Lima, Rick Fargo, a cast of interns, and out in the field, Dave Schillero. We'll catch up with Dave in a little bit. He was at an outstanding football game tonight in Bay Village. We got a whole lot of games, dozen games to take you around the area too, including some Senate League action. They're playing day football. But we start in Cuyahoga Falls. The Black Tigers hosting the Grizzlies of Wadsworth. Both teams coming into this 0-4. Wadsworth's been in all of their games. Not so much, though, for the other guys. Starting with Wadsworth, Connor Montgomery chucking long over the middle. He's got an interception. Darian Carter Ware picked him. This is in the third quarter. Wadsworth back with the ball, back on the move. Daniel Weinerman would take the toss. He's got blocking. He's got space. He's got a sideline. He's got a 50-yard pickup before they finally get him down. Didn't lead to anything, though. Schwab, so still in the third. Cuyahoga Falls, Black Tigers on the move. Dwayne Matthews takes the handoff. He's going 50 yards. He's got it all the way down to the 4-yard line. However, a goal line stand would deny them the end zone, except they got a quick turnover and then turn right around and cash the points. Matthews goes into the end zone to make it 15-7 Wadsworth. They go on to win 28-7. Put the Grizzlies in the win column. Never has 1-4 felt so good. Moving on to Harry E. Winter Stadium. The South Rebels also looking for their first win of the year against 0-4 Brush. Pick up in the third. We got a 60-yard kickoff return here. Ramon Collins took it at his 20. That's just big play on special teams right there. He wouldn't score. They'd finally track him down, but he took it all the way to the 20-yard line, and that's where South made him pay. Mike Frederico to Anthony Tutulo for the touchdown. It was 14-7 Rebels, and they wanted more. Frederico gonna wind up and fire deep down the sidelines. He's got a man. It's Devonair Conliff, and he's gone. That's a 20-7 lead on a 79-yard touchdown strike. Federico to Conliff. Later on, more South, all Rebels tonight. Tutulo gets the handoff. It's a 5-yard scamper and score. He'd get in there. They'd add the deuce. 41-21, the final tonight. South picks up the victory. They're finally in the win column. Westlake, the Demons, hosting the high-flying Eagles of Avon. Jake Sopko. This dude just piles up yards and points, I swear. Quick toss to Will Heilman. This is a 10-yard pickup. Move those sticks. Later same drive. Sopko back to the air. This time zipping it over the middle to Devin Davis for a 7-0 Avon lead. Westlake, though, would come back. Jaquan Hardy hardly needs much more help because he's doing it all on his own. That's a 4-yard touchdown run, and the Demons even it up at 7 on this play right here. But then Avon would get it in gear. Sopko drops to pass. And he says, you know what? I kind of like that space over there. That's an 8-yard touchdown run. All Eagles after that, 56-13. They blow out Westlake. Senate League action. This was this afternoon. The Wolverines of Lincoln West entertaining the Railroaders of Collinwood. Pick up in the first. This is the opening kickoff. Lincoln West hauls it in. This is Robinson going 73 yards. At some point, you break enough tackles, you just got to house the thing, right? Higo made it 6-0 Lincoln West. I don't know if they ever get extra points. And then later on in Collinwood, they would just snap it over the head. That's a problem. Deshaun Wilson would pick it up. Believe it or not, he was going to go 73 yards on this thing. But the other problem was he didn't get the touchdown, and the drive would stall. So it stayed 6-0. Second quarter, Railroaders trying to get it on the board. Charles Hartson rolling. And then say, hey, let's give it over here. 12-yard touchdown to even it up at 6. Lincoln West would go on to win this 26-20. Anthony Lima, we have hit week 5.
Hard to believe, right?
Yeah, high school season goes so darn fast. Last week we talked about we're finally hitting conference play. Now we're at the midway point of the season. We get another week or two. We got playoff implications we're going to start talking about soon.
Folks,
this
computer points. We're talking computer points already.
Yeah.
And a team that knows all about them, Hudson Explorers, because last year they went all the way to the state semis behind their QB, Mitch Guadani, and that electric Explorer offense. Mitch, however, off to Toledo, so it's been the defense this year that has them winning football games again. Tonight, Explorers on the road at North Royalton. And what would they have on offense? By the way, drudging up some bad memories when I got robbed of being on the court. They stuffed the ballot box. Matthew Restifo, the fumble. Ryan Dito able to recover, and there it is, the turnover. North Olmsted, wide receiver, Gosha Kochi. Oh, that's another fumble. Little sloppy early on. It's recovered. Colin Palma, he knows where to run. Down the sidelines he goes. 82 yards for a touchdown. Oh, that is capitalizing off the miscues. Explorers up 7-0, and then they would get the offense going. Kevin Callahan, he needs a block on it there. Where's the setting of the edge? The setting of the edge, no! He is gone. They didn't set the edge. Callahan, 80 yards later for the touchdown. And Hudson was not done there. More Callahan. How about a little bit of a bump to the outside? What?
I think he set an edge. Yeah,
Laundry is on the floor right there. It was all Hudson. They win this one 55-7. Oh, dominating effort there. Villa St. Joe's looking for their first points in 3 weeks. There have been some offensive struggles. We get out to that one as they took on Gilmore. And the Vikings determined this time around. Why is he so angry? They are determined to get things going offensively.
He's not angry, he's determined.
Aubrey Shabazz, that's what they're calling it. Caught! Yes, the throw and catch. Oh, he makes a miss, and he is gone. 96 yards down the sideline. That would make it 21-zip. Vikings, they had to hear about those offensive struggles the last few weeks. Not having it here. Now, the handoff. Higgins. Oh, he gets to the outside. Beautiful block. And then he makes a miss. He is gone into the end zone. Another score there, and they're not done. Now, you want to do it on all phases, so you saw the offense. How about the defense? The pick. DeLance Harris. The pick. Is it 6? No, he gets down inside the 10-yard line. And they weren't done there. Now here comes the offense. Another handoff, another run. It's Higgins, 15 yards to the end zone. Step right in. The Vikings win it 48-7. Schwab, they found their groove offensively.
Dare I say they got Higgy with
Ooh.
you know what? I'm just going to leave that right there.
He had to go there.
I'm going to leave that right there. That shouldn't even, that's some kind of a violation. All right. When we come back, our game of the week, let's head out to Bay Village. Dave Schillero was there for an outstanding game between the Rockets and the Rocky River Pirates. Dave.
Yeah, this was definitely an outstanding game. Bay coming in undefeated, Rocky River coming in with one loss. Both teams fighting for the Great Lakes Conference. Guys, one heck of a game. All the highlights coming up for you next, so stay tuned.
We asked, you answered. We do every week. We ask every week, what do you want our game of the week to be? We put some options up on Cleveland19.com. Y'all vote, and this week, Bay Village, Rocky River, our game of the week. So we had to send Dave Schillero to the home of the Rockets, Bay Village, entertaining Rocky River, my alma mater, by the way, and this was an outstanding game. Dave, tell us what happened.
Well, your alma mater definitely gave us one heck of a show here tonight. And it's crazy. I looked at the calendar this morning and I realized, you know what, we're in week 5 already of high school football. And that means teams are starting to think playoffs. Bay coming in undefeated and Rocky River coming in only with one loss. Both teams fighting for the Great Lakes Conference. Let's take a look at what happened in the highlights. The Rocky River Pirates visiting the Bay Rockets. Rocky River with a big 17-0 lead early. The Rockets not going to lay down, though. Max Edgerly picking up the bad punt, giving Bay some solid field position early. Then they're going to go ahead on offense. Nick Best jamming through the line into the end zone. Touchdown Rockets, 17-6, third quarter. Then Nick Best doing it on defense, too, picking up this fumble, giving Bay some solid momentum and good field position again. Then Jimmy Hokie coming back on offense saying, you know what, I can make some big plays, too. Running this one into the end zone, diving in for the touchdown, 17-14, third quarter. game, folks. Bay driving again. Nick Best doing it on the ground, working his way across the field on the right side, juking out a man, eventually getting taken down near the 30-yard line. But Rocky River, they're going to answer back on defense. This one's tossed down the field and picked off by Matt Popovich. And this is going to set them up for a big play on offense here. Eric Jones dropping back and tossing this one way down the field for Jack Corrigan, who makes the catch over his shoulder, setting them up for solid field position. That sets up Popovich for the touchdown run up the left side of the field. Rocky River leading now 24-14 fourth quarter. Bay still not giving up, though. Dan Braddock dropping back, tossing across the middle to Cole Gurgey, who's going to take this one up the left side, running past everybody, and he will go all the way 66 yards down for the touchdown for Bay. 24-21 with minutes to go. They get one last shot. Braddock sets up, tosses down the right side, and it is incomplete. Rocky River hangs on for the win, giving Bay their first loss of the season, 24-21. So you guys can see there, Rocky River holding onto the win. Bay with one heck of a shot in that second half. These two teams now tied with a record of 4-1 in the Great Lakes Conference. However, Rocky River now with the win over Bay. Great game over here, guys. Maybe my favorite game of the week yet.
All right, Dave, thanks very much, and we'll check in with him more from Bay Village later on. I didn't at all get into that game. Not in the least. Do I look biased at all? No, okay. Hey, our athlete of the week comes from the Patriot Athletic Conference.
Now, it's the Athlete of the Week.
Trevor Tomei of the Buckeye Bucks had a big night in their 52-0 win over Fairview last week. 4 carries for 56 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3 receptions for 73 yards, 3 more touchdowns. Also had 44 yards worth of punt and kick returns. And he did all this, believe it or not, in like less than 15 minutes. That's efficiency. Keep this in mind for next week. If you're going to go to a game and you want to see it on the show, here's how you do it. You follow us at Friday Lights 19. Use the hashtag Under the Lights, and you may see your pictures on the show. Also on Cleveland19.com. When we come back, more highlights, and perhaps then I'll have been able to squeeze my head out of this helmet. Friday night, Under the Lights continues on CLE 43.
Welcome back. Under the Lights, and sometimes that light, well, is of the national variety. We had Senate League action earlier today. Beautiful day for football. Yes, East Tech battling Whitney Young. Points at a premium. In fact, there wasn't a lot going on in the way of points. We had some special teams action. Whitney Young needing anything they could to get going. So they try to flip the field with a punt, and here comes Elvante Roberson. Oh, he makes a man miss. He continues, jukes inside, finally taken down. Big hit. No, he's still on his feet. It would take the entire Whitney Young team to bring him down. Trust me, he was finally tackled. Then Eric Biddle would find a crease, would try to get this one up the middle, then bounce it to the outside, and he is off to the races. This would be a touchdown. 6, coveted 6 points. Weren't a lot of points to go around. One last chance. Robertson, the bomb. Oh, it's broken up, and that would do it. Whitney Young loses again. I know eventually they're going to win, but East Tech, they take it 6-0. Glenville. Oh, Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn Sr., I should say, watching this one. Ted Ginn Jr., he's got an NFL career to worry about. Ted Ginn Sr. still coaching. And yes, this would be Marcus Drish, the quarterback. That ball, oh, it would be caught 20 yards. 7-0 lead. Tarblooders on top. Now a little bit of defense. Ball in the air, picked off. Oh, he read it beautifully. That'd be Jalen Carver. Taking it the other way. Would he get to the end zone? Down to the 20, the 10. Oh, what a hit he takes, but he holds on to the ball, and it's a score. Glenville not done there. You heard of Aaron Pope? You know, I thought the Pope was in New York this weekend. Turns out, no, he was out there in Collinwood. Aaron Pope cannot be stopped. You knew that would happen this week, a guy with the name Pope. That would be a touchdown, 21-0. The Tarblooders taking control there, and what a scene out at Finney Stadium. Mark Schwab with a biggie in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, a guy named Pope. Come on, you got to score today, right?
Too perfect.
Got to score today. Got to score today. Baldwin Wallace was the scene as 2 unbeaten squared off at Finney Stadium. 4-0 Berea Mid-Park, hosting 4-0 Midview. To Finney we go. where, by the way, Midview played this entire game on their backup quarterback. Logan Bolin here going to the air. Tip, picked. Brent Swinnerton came up with the look what I found interception, and then Swinnerton would make a play on offense. Second quarter, Titans take to the air. Nick Gassman, greatest name in the area, I swear, hit Swinnerton for a big one, and it was 14-7 Berea Mid-Park. They led that at the break, but back came the Mids. Alec Forer, a 1-yard shorty score to make it 14 all. And then, well, another turnover for Bolin. Drops back. Looking long over the middle, and it's straight up intercepted by Matt Hausler. No tip required there. The Midview defense would get the ball back. They'd give it back to Bolin, and he'd cash in the points on the 2-yard quarterback keeper. They went up 21-14, and the Mids went on to win it. 24-14. They're 5-0. Titans take their first loss of the year. Cleveland Heights all the way in Toledo tonight, taking on Stark High School. Cleveland Heights looking to start winning. Winless going into this one. They run the bubble screen here. Jalen Harris took it on the left side, came all the way back to the right, and moved those sticks. That's a first down later on the drive. Raymond Hudson, look at this. Determination to get to the end zone. He got it for a touchdown. They went up 12-6. They'd want the deuce. They'd go ahead and get it. Zachary Ford hauled it in. They went in front 14-6. And then later in the quarter, Harris. I mean, the dude could eat lunch with that time, looking deep for a wide open Ford. 76-yard scoring strike. They went up 28-6, but Toledo straight ripped off 28 unanswered. They went on to win 40-28 and shock the Tigers. Down to Infocision Stadium we go. Two of the Akron powerhouses, St. V taking on Hoban. First quarter, St. V on the move. Dom Davis on the shorty pass to Malik Woodridge, and he's got a 75-yard foot race. He'd win it, and the Irish would go up 7-0. Back came Hoban. Todd Sibley, the Ohio State recruit, would bounce it to the outside. Well, let's get to Sibley. Hang on. First, we're going to party. Now, here's Sibley. Up the gut. You know what? I like this space. And the future Buckeye went into the end zone. It was a tie game. Tie game, but St. V's had more in them. Davis takes the snap. Rolling left. Looking long. They want to score. Whoopsie. Hoban's got other ideas. Nate Bauer picked it. He'd take it 75 yards for a score, and Hoban would go on to win tonight. 24-7. When we come back, our drive of the week came from the Midview offense. They put together a few nice drives tonight, plus more highlights when we come back on Friday night under the lights as we drive on here on CLE 43. Continues here on CLE 43. He's Anthony Lima. I'm Mark Schwab. We're going to go back to Bay Village, bring in Dave Schillero. He was at our game of the week. Bay Village took on Rocky River, and this went down to the wire. Dave, what did the coach have to say after the win?
So Rocky River, as you guys know from before, they go on to win it 24-21 over Bay, holding off almost a big second-half comeback. Head coach Josh Wells in his first season with the Pirates and already has them contending for the Great Lakes Conference. I was able to ask him about what he thought was going on so far this season with his team.
Wow, this is a big win. This is a big win for us, for all the levels of the program, for the school. I mean, this is fantastic. 1-0 in the conference. With the new GLC, it's a great start. Great start.
And you guys held off a big comeback from Bay. What do you think that says about your boys?
They're learning. You know, we're dealing with adversity. We're overcoming adversity. We're not buckling under pressure. All right. You know, these kids are fighting. They're fighters, and it's finally starting to show.
Great win for the Pirates. Kicking it back over to you guys.
Thank you, Dave. Let's get to our drive of the week.
Now, it's the Drive of the Week. Sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This from the opening drive of the second half of Midview. Logan Bolin throwing 20 yards over the middle to Alec Forer. Bolin, by the way, played every play in this game. Offense, defense, and special teams. Next play, Bolin going to keep it himself. That's a 10-yard tuck and run to make it first and goal. And you know what? It worked pretty well. They figured, let's just have Bolin run it again. Looked right. He's going to tuck it left. Got him all the way down to the 1-yard line. And then they give it to Alec Forer who was named the Cleveland Browns Player of the Week. He will be honored in the first quarter of the game on Sunday, and that is our drive of the week. Rick Fargo over here on the website, what do you got for us?
I got a few scores for you that you did not show, but that's okay. Riverside defeated Eastlake North 30-24 in overtime. Brunswick took down Elyria 26-14. Fairview defeats Keystone 36-28. And I'll send you guys to take this one.
West Geauga 39, Painesville Harvey 13.
Oh, thank you.
They win again 4 in a row.
Let's send you out with our band of the week, the Midburg Marching Titans.